Right now, Governor Gavin Newsom is in El Dorado County assessing the damage from the Caldor fire. KCRA3's Mike Tassell joins us live right now from the Echo Summit area with what the governor had to say about the firefighting efforts going on. Mike?
And Lisa, we are at that overlook looking straight across where that line of fire continues to burn just above Highway 89. That's the live look right now of those plumes of smoke going up as it gets smokier as you move towards South Lake Tahoe. Moments ago, take a look, some of the video, we spoke with Governor Newsom as we met with him at Camp Sacramento. Remember, Camp Sacramento, one of those historic spots that fire crews were able to keep safe as fire moved through there over the last several days. The governor expressing amazement that they were able to save that spot also. A lot of kudos out to the firefighters, some 15,000 now helping with these huge fires now burning here around Lake Tahoe. He also said, one of the messages to get out is that, this is a symptom of generations of under-management and under-resourced Forest Service policies. So he says, he gave some kudos to the president for his current efforts to try and invest in some of those resources to try and address some of these issues to avoid catastrophic wildfires. Here's a little bit of what he had to say.
Well, I think you hit it on the head. It's loss. And I think that's really the story. I mean, the last couple of years, right? The anxiety, the loss, the fear. And now you see loss of lifestyles, places, traditions. Grizzly Flats wiped off the map. Greenville wiped off the map. Prior to that, up there, Paradise. So it's remarkable to put in perspective what we're up against in the context of a different kind of language and understanding of what this means for communities that have been completely torn asunder.
And again, you are looking at a live picture of the fire above Highway 89, still in this South Lake Tahoe area. One of the areas fire crews said that they were concerned about was that Heavenly Ski Resort area because this fire had reached the ridgetops. It was burning just that way in an easterly direction. Brian Hickey was on it all morning long, as you just saw and heard. Those flames not making it down the hill towards the area where there are structures, but in that 7,000, 8,000 foot elevation level range to the east of here. That is where this has burned throughout the morning. As for the governor, he did also offer a message to those who may be frustrated with these ongoing evacuations, saying, trust the experts, because even in areas where they think that the fire is buttoned up and the danger and the risk is gone, there can be tree stumps that are still burning underground that can flare up if we get a wind event. So they really have to be careful before they repopulate areas. An example of that was that this morning or yesterday there was an incident involving a dozer down in that division near Pollock Pines and Sly Park that was burned in an incident down that way. So that's this late in the fire, just an indication of how there's still unpredictable circumstances, even in areas where they believe they are getting some solid containment lines. Live in El Dorado County on Highway 50 above South Lake Tahoe, specifically the Christmas Valley. Mike Tassell, KCRA 3 News.